Ritter Tushingham stars tomorrow night at 6:30.
Another part of the palace, the royal bathroom. The brownies from the city of Orange are joined by antique dolls in the audience who have looked for many years on the enchanted castle. Its owner is looking for a better home for it, someone who will keep it active and open to children, keep its card tables and billiard equipment dusted in the royal den or game room. An evil spell descended on the castle since the San Fernando quake. It suffered light damage, but the building that held it was nearly demolished, forcing a move to its home here in a back room in Brea. The courtyard fountain makes a royal splash, and the castle looks powerful and nobly proportioned. Yet it has been humiliated, attacked, invaded, and damaged by enemies as big as elephants in its world, mice. Ray Duncan, KNBC News.
Because of tonight's live coverage of the NCAA championship basketball game between UCLA and Memphis State, with our colleague Tommy Hawkins calling part of it, tonight's news service ends 1 hour early. We'll be back with a news service tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock. So coming up next from St. Louis, UCLA's Bruins try to complete another perfect season. Good luck, good night.
If you're buying a new 1973 car, you're in luck. 73s have tougher bumpers, so like we promised, Allstate's giving you a break on auto insurance. Every 73 sold in this country gets a 10, 15, or 20% discount on Allstate collision insurance. The better the bumper, the better the discount. Come see us and ask about our other auto discounts too. We're very easy to find.
50 airline pilots, professionals, acutely sensitive to vibration, noise, and motion, compared this all-new 73 Mercury Marquis to a $31,000 European town car. In an official test, 44 of the 50 judged Mercury more comfortable to drive.
I'm a very critical individual. I consider the Mercury better in every category.
It's just a more comfortable car to drive.
I think far and away the Mercury is the better car.
Mercury Marquis, build better, to ride better. At the sign of the cat.
I fly much too much to choose an airline because of its fancy meals or plush interiors. And I don't choose an airline on price because the fares are the same. When I fly, I try to fly Pan Am. You see, I'm not crazy about flying, but Pan Am is the world's most experienced airline. I don't know what that means to you, but I do know what it means to me.
KNBC, Los Angeles. The programs normally seen at this time will not be presented in order to bring you the following NBC Sports Special.
One of the greatest jumpers in college basketball this year. He has a great turnaround jump shot and great rebounding ability. UCLA will be hard-pressed to keep him away from that basket. And look at him on his turnaround jumper. He's sky high.
Larry Finch has been the leading scorer for Memphis State all year. If he can hit outside tonight, it's really going to help the Tigers.
He only needs 15 points tonight to break the all-time Memphis State scoring record. Great outside shooter, one of the great freewheelers in basketball. Somewhat wild, but very exciting and always effective. He will charge that offense. He's a threat at all times, especially from outside.
All right. Stars of Memphis State, now for UCLA. One of their three seniors, probably the strongest physical player on the UCLA team, Larry Holyfield.
Larry Holyfield averages about 11 points a game. He is aggressive, and he was instrumental in the late stages of the game against Indiana in the semifinals, having a couple of skills and a couple of real big baskets.
This fellow's so smooth you hardly know him on the court. They call him Silky. Keith Wilkes a junior forward.
Keith didn't have a very good game against Indiana in the semifinals, but he's capable of getting in there and doing the job. He's the second leading scorer on the team.
Here's that sixth man that could come off the bench and ignite a team. Tommy Curtis has been doing it in tournament competition.
He got 22 points Saturday night to lead UCLA over Indiana, and he was the difference, as Coach John Wooden said. He is fantastic.
Well, it's almost Coach Walton, Bill Walton out there, Tom. He's the player of the year in college basketball. Every time you take a shot, you're worrying, where is he?
He's everywhere. As you see him here on the fast break, he's capable of getting the rebound, feeling that lane, and there he is laying it up over the players. He has excellent mobility for a man 6'11". And his rebounding is fantastic. He's always a foot above the crowd, as you can see him. He'll have to be blocked out of there. On defense, if you're looking for him, he'll be on top of you and usually swatting that ball away from the basket.
All right, those are some of the stars you're going to be watching tonight. Of course, there'll be other players in the game. Who knows, one of the 6th, 7th, or 8th players could be the outstanding star of the game tonight. Now in a moment, more National Collegiate Basketball Tournament pre-activity in the game between UCLA and Memphis State.
This is Emerson Fittipaldi, world champion Grand Prix driver. Ride with him on this practice run in his Texaco-fueled JPS Lotus.
I enjoy driving racing cars. The sensation is incredible. Out on the circuit by yourself, the feeling I have is to be like to be on the moon. The sensation, of speed is just unbelievable.
Texaco furnishes the fuels and lubricants for Emerson Fittipaldi's JPS Lotus in every Grand Prix event. The same technical skill that goes into making these products goes into the Texaco gasolines and Haviland motor oil available to you. Trust Texaco. Emerson Fittipaldi does.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's national title game. First, the defending National Collegiate Basketball champions, UCLA. Number 52 at forward, 6'6", a junior from Santa Barbara, California, Keith Wilkes. Number 54 at forward, 6'5", a senior from Denver, Colorado, Larry Farmer. Number 32 at center, 6'11", a junior from Mesa, California, Bill Walton. Number 53 at guard, 6'4", a senior from Compton, California, Larry Holyfield. Number 43 at guard, 6'4", a junior from Reseda, California, Greg Lee. And the coach of UCLA, John Wooden. And now the starting lineups for the Missouri Valley champions, Memphis State. Number 20, forward, 6'7", a junior, Glasgow, Kentucky, Billy Buechler. Number 35 at forward, 6'9", a junior, Birmingham, Alabama, Larry Kenyon. Number 33 at center, 6'8", a senior, Memphis, Tennessee, Ronnie Robinson. Number 10 at guard, 5'10", a junior, Versailles, Missouri, Bill Lowry. Number 21 at guard, 6'2", a senior, Memphis, Tennessee, Larry Smith. And the Memphis State coach, Dean Marco. The start of tonight's National Collegiate Basketball Championship final between Memphis State and UCLA just a moment away. And we'll be back with the opening tip-off.
Introducing the 40,000-mile radial tire with 5 guards to help protect you 5 ways. The new Goodyear Custom Steel Guard Radial helps guard against rough ride, penetration under the tread, against wet skids, loss of road contact on curves, and against sluggish handling. Drive the new Goodyear Steel Guard Radial and get the 5-guard feeling of confidence only from Goodyear.
An accident is a lonely feeling, but when your car is insured by State Farm, there are more than 11,000 full-time State Farm agents, plus the resources of the world's largest car insurer on your side. It doesn't take away the shock of an accident, but it's nice to know you're not out there all alone.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
19,000 jammed in here. The game has been sold out for months. Of the 4 participating schools, each received only 1,000 tickets. On your left, James Howell of the Atlantic Coast Conference and Joe Doshid of the Missouri Valley Conference on your right of the game official. Bill Walton will jump against Larry Kenyon. UCLA in the blue or dark jerseys, Memphis State in white, the game for the national title. UCLA has the tip. Keith Wilkes. Greg Lee, the point man. Holyfield, the Wilkes. Walton screening for it. Holyfield pumps out of the corner. He hits it. 2-0, UCLA.
And they say if Holyfield hits his first shot, he's due for a good night.
The famous all-court press on by UCLA. Finch beats it with a dribble. Finch fires. On the board, it's out of bounds. Foul is called on Ronnie Robinson. First team foul of the game, of course. Greg Lee and Holyfield will bring it down. Walton's in on a low pivot, and Keith Wilkes is in there with him, a double low post. On the wing, Farmer. Turn around. Wilkes makes it 4-0.
And you'll notice that Memphis State is not double teaming Walton. They're just putting Keenan on him. We'll see if it works.
That foul on Larry Holyfield. Imagine UCLA was ripped by their coach in the second half against Indiana when they were ahead 20 points and almost let Indiana catch him. Johnny Wooden was very unhappy. And he hasn't fired up here. Out in front, Bill Lowry. Shot by Kenyon. Good. 4-2. Larry Kenyon gets the first one for Memphis State. Greg Lee brings it down for UCLA. Again, taking a low double post. Walton and Wilkes inside. Greg Lee out in front. Farmer to Walton. Walton to Wilkes. Jump shot. Foul call on Billy Buford. Second team foul on Memphis State. Common foul, not on the act of shooting. UCLA's ball out of bounds. Lee to Walton. Billy Buford fouls his error. Which is it? Maybe Kenyon. It's Kenyon, Larry Kenyon. Larry Kenyon.
But they're calling them awful close early in the game. They don't want it to get too physical.
Great pass in by Holyfield to Walton, 6-2, UCLA, Buford to Lowry. No stall tonight or deep freeze by Memphis State. They're going right after him. Kenyon hit it, 6-4. That's his shot, Larry Kenyon. A high jumper, he has a beautiful touch on the ball. 6-4, UCLA. Walton spinning. Look at that quickness of Bill Walton. 8-4. 6-11, did you see him power spin off that pivot? Very agile big man. Lowry into the fourth court for Memphis State. Jump shot by Kenyon. Walton partially blocked at that time. Robinson retrieves. Robinson jump shooting. Kenyon's up. He gets it. 8-6. Larry Kenyon now has 3 baskets off Walton.
And that is why Memphis State hopes to give can handle that big front line.
Greg Lee to Larry Holyfield. Oh, what a roar here at courtside. Fouls on Bill Walton for putting out of there. He was throwing his rump into his defender. Second team foul on UCLA. Remember, after 6 common fouls, they have the bonus free throw situation. They're trying to trap Finch. Lowry gets it across without any problems. 8-6 UCLA. Nearly 3 minutes gone. Deflected out by Greg Lee. Coach Wooden with his top assistant. And there's Gene Bartow in the light suit with the glasses, just voted the Coach of the Year in the University Division by the National Association of Basketball Coaches. Larry Finch got up, good. Game tied, 8-all. He had to arch that shot high in the air. He knew Bill Walton would be trying to intimidate him. Game is tied. He's roped outside. Wilkes follows his own shot. Ball away jumper. And the tip in. No good. No good. I think Walton had his hand up on the rim previous shot.
Here's a replay on that missed shot. You can see the ball is on the rim. So is Walton's hand. That's offensive goaltending right there.
8-8, tied up. Straight. Cooper, Keenan jumper. What goes in? He hits it. 10-8, Memphis State. Larry Keenan hot with his jump shot. Walton has blocked one, but he can't get to him otherwise. The way Keenan can jump, he almost matches Walton's physical size. Holyfield hits to the score side, 10-10. 4 minutes gone. A tie ball game for the national championship. Gets it through to Doc. Very fine ball handler, Larry Finch. He's the playmaker of the team. Jump shot. He hits it. 12-10, Memphis State. Memphis State deliberated about playing a stall game or a deliberate game and said, no, we're going to come out and play it our way. We'll take our chances and go right with them. He's Wilkes. Robinson right on him. Lowry tried to sneak it away. Bill Walton off the pivot now. Wilkes. Yes. Walton out of bounds. UCLA ball.
Memphis State in a very tough, aggressive man-to-man. UCLA found a very tough time handling that ball, dribbling around in that midcourt area.
I think UCLA call time as they do is a rarity for John Wooden. We'll talk to you about that. Right now with a timeout, the score, Memphis State 12, UCLA 10.
For most people, the name Buick carries certain traditional connotations. Things like quality, prestige, and expensive to buy. But the truth is, if a person has $4,400 to spend, he can afford a full-size Buick LeSabre like this one.
Okay, who's got the Buick?
Buick LeSabre. Its price is attracting some pretty untypical Buick owners. Wouldn't you really rather have a Buick?
What do you want to know about money? How does compound interest work? Suppose you deposit $50 in a savings and loan and add $50 every month for 15 years. At current interest rates, you could then withdraw $50 a month, every month for the rest of your life, your children's lives, your grandchildren's, forever and ever, and never touch the money you deposited. Your savings and loan wants you to know how money works.
Time out of the game. He preaches to his team about conditioning. Psychologically, he doesn't think it's good to call the first time out, but he just has. He has something important to say to his team, and Bill Walton ties the game at 12-all. 8 points for Bill Walton, 8 points for Larry Keenan. Bill Walton takes the rebound. Fouls on Ronnie Robinson. Fourth team foul on Memphis State. Here's the replay on this. Keenan trying to get his shot away. Walton had him well covered that time. And inside, Robinson pushed off with his left elbow, committing the foul. Game is tied 12-12. Memphis, a very aggressive man-to-man. Oh, pass by Bill Walton. As soon as that ball hit his hands, they double-teamed him, and he fed off. Beautiful feed off by Walton. Lowry to Finch. Foul is called on Greg Lee. Third team foul on UCLA. First foul on Lee. Memphis State ball under their own bucket. 14-12 UCLA. 14 and a half left to play in the first half. That was a gamble lob in. Finch shot blocked by Holyfield. Spinning with Robinson and ties it at 14-all. Lonnie Robinson.
He shoots 53% from the field, so they can't let him free out there.
Trying to spread him out. Walton inside. Ball taken away by Buford. Larry Finch brings it down. UCLA's got back now. Not using the all-court player. Finch comes outside. He hurried that shot. He's not coming down and getting his good shot. Finch has it, but he's out of bounds. Greg Lee in the fourth goal. That foul's on Larry Keenan. 15 foul on Memphis State. He was holding Bill Walton. That's the first foul on Keenan. Larry Holyfield will throw it in.
Keenan feels that he can jump with the best of them and that he can handle Walton one-on-one.
Three-second violation called on UCLA. Memphis State ball. They go back to their zone all-court press. They'll try and put two men on one and trap him and deflect the pass and steal. There it is, you see. They did it. They forced Larry Finch into an error. Greg Lee. Spinning. Up and good. The foul's on Larry Keenan.
Here's Walton, and you see this great offensive move by a man 6'11", good driving ability, strong into the basket, and when he goes up...
In rebounds, UCLA has 5, Memphis State 3. 3 errors charged to UCLA, 1 to Memphis State. And Greg Lee shoots the free throw. That's the second part of that Walton being fouled in the act of shooting then a technical. Greg Lee made it 17-14. He really shot the technical.
McKay is back in the game now, so we'll see if he can't handle Walton. No one else has been able to.
Larry Keenan has come back in, number 35. Dave Myers, Tommy Curtis outside. That foul's on Bill Walton. 2 fouls on Walton.
And the Memphis State fans go wild. They like anything to go against him. They can't believe his performance, and many of the other people can't either. But Kurt, I've watched this young man all year, his entire career, and I can say, coming down the pike, you have never seen a better player.
You think he's the best big man you've ever seen, don't you?
At this point in college basketball, he's the best big man ever to play the game.
Quite a statement when you played against Chamberlain, Dean Jabbar, Bill Russell. There's Keenan rebounding. Goaltending call on Bill Walton. Bill Walton for goaltending. Watch how high he gets up there.
There's Keenan way up, and you can see the great jumping ability of Bill Walton. He's at least a foot and a half above that basket, but he did catch the ball on its downward arm.
You block the shot on its way up, it's all right, but not on the way down. Dave Myers, shot blocked by Keenan, out of bounds with it. UCLA's ball out. Larry Keenan makes a big difference to this team when he's in there.
He definitely does. He can control the middle in there, too, but he's got to work extra hard to go up with Walton every time.
Keenan has scored 10 points. 29-24, UCLA. Walton. The tip is good by Dave Myers. Dave Myers is going to be an outstanding player next year at UCLA. 6'7", a sophomore. Just starting to come along. 31-24, UCLA. Keenan's turnaround jumper. On the board is Keith Wilkes. Tommy Curtis. Steps up, he's the point man. No double close, two wingmen. Holyfield into Walton. Got it, 33-24. Bill Walton has 18 points in the first half. Larry Finch gets it across.
Here we go. Way up there's Davy Myers, number 34. He took a couple of rabbit steps underneath there before putting it up. He was called for walking.
Got into a zone inside. They've got to do something inside the stop wall. Right back out to Curtis. Larry Finch takes it down. Shoots his jumper and hits that. 33-30. UCLA's ball. Davy Myers gunning. Walton tips it in. 35-30 UCLA. Bill Walton, 20 points. Johnny Wooden. Tommy Curtis is out. Greg Lee's come back in.
If Finch sinks this free throw, he will become Memphis State's all-time leading scorer.
Larry Keenan up for the rebound. Out to Finch. Finch says, come on, let's set something up. Bill Cook trying to get a screen for him. Up. Myers taps it over to Greg Lee, UCLA's ball. 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the half. UCLA ahead by 5 points. Well, that's what Greg Lee could do. That lob pass in, hangs it up for Walton to stuff. 37-30, 22 points for Bill Walton. Finch beating Buford. Walton drops the shot. And a foul call on Walton. That's the third on him.
3 big ones on Walton. And Buford went in there. He said, I'm going to challenge you, big fella. And you have to do that. Let's take a look at this one. There's Finch going in for the basket, dribbling across. Goes up, finds Buford. Buford in the corner. He goes up. Walton pins it. But at the same time, catches Buford and knocks him down. So Walton has the 3 big ones, and it looks like we're going to have a substitution.
Here's Buford's free throw. One more shot for him. Sven Nader will come in to replace Bill Walton. Walton has 3 fouls, 4:14 to play in a half. 37-31, UCLA. Sven Nader, born in Holland, that played first string with most teams, in fact, just about all of them, but he plays behind Bill Walton. Walton going out.
A similar situation in the championship game last year. Walton got in trouble. Nader had to come in. He came through last year. Can he do it this year?
Memphis State in that sagging 2-3 zone. And the Nader loses the ball to Keenan. Larry Finch now in a hurry. And he's fouled by Holyfield. Larry Holyfield.
David, he's only one. If he sinks it, he will have 1,855 points.
Larry Farmer's coming in. A technical foul has also been called on Holyfield. He evidently said something to the official. Each team now has had a technical. And they get Holyfield out of there to get him cooled off and send Larry Farmer in for him. This is Larry Finch shooting.
Finch a good shooter from that line, 83%.
37-32, 15 points for Finch. The all-time scoring leader now in Memphis State history. This is the technical foul. Then they'll get the ball out of bounds. 37-33. Larry Finch has 16 points. He's the high for Memphis State. Bill Walton has 22 for UCLA. We have 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Keenan fouled by Ben Hader. Gene Bartow, his third year, coach at Memphis State. He can run for any office now and win the election. So they have a losing season.
That's right. Keenan going to the line is not a good free throw shooter, but since this one, 59% from the line. But most leapers aren't for some reason.
That's 11 points for him. And free throws are keeping Memphis State in it, Tom. 37-35, UCLA. They've hit 4 free throws in succession. .3:30 to go in the first half. UCLA getting a tense struggle here tonight from Memphis State. Myers hits it from outside. 39-35, UCLA. They keep the press on against Finch. Finch's shot is up and good. 39-37 UCLA. 18 points for Larry Finch. They're still using that 2-3 zone. And the ball lost by Keenan. He had it and then lost it. That zone inside is hurting UCLA right now. They can't get it inside.
Everything is perimeter offense.
Myers outside, missing. Keenan clears the board. The out pass to Cook. Joe Cook holds it up. Memphis State trailing by 2 points. 2:30 to play in the half. Keenan's jumper up. He hits it. 39-39. All tied. 2:20 to go. They were 9 points down. They tied it up. Pass off. Kept on the baseline. Larry Farmer.
And UCLA working frantically to try to get some penetration. The 2-3 zone is something new to Memphis State. They don't usually use this defense. They would prefer a man-to-man, but it's effective right now. They can't get it inside.
Well, that's Johnny Wooden saying, get back, get back. Drop back, let's take the all-court press off. 49 to play in the first half. A battle for the national championship. 19,000 roaring fans, St. Louis, Missouri Arena. Ben Nader on the pivot. Keith Slope. In and out. Nader couldn't get the rebound. Keenan out to Cook. Bill Cook. Deflected away. Sliding.
And it makes it very difficult to overload the zone in that case.
They may try and play for the last shot unless they're crowded. Now they go out after him. There are 50 seconds to go in the first half. The game is tied, 39 all. Memphis State has dominated the last 4 minutes here. After Bill Walton was taken out with 3 fouls. There's the clock. Walton went out. UCLA had a 6-point lead. 23 seconds if you watch the clock. They'll try and get the last good shot of the half. Now, the secret of this is to set it up and get the good shot, but not too early. Maybe with about 5 to go. Shot up by Trent. Maybe too early. 7 seconds. 5. Dave Myers guns it. And there's a buzzer, and what a first half that was. Memphis State paddles the national champ, UCLA, dead even at halftime. And at the end of the first half...
Tomorrow night on NBC at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central. Watch it. Halftime, it is Memphis State 39, UCLA 39. And we'll return to St. Louis for more of the NCAA halftime ceremonies in just a moment.
When you save your money at a savings and loan, your money does more than just grow. A savings and loan lends out money for homes, and that helps communities grow. We're doing a lot for America, and we want to do more.
This is a Monroe Super 500 shock absorber. With its larger piston and piston rod, it has twice the working capacity of an ordinary 1-inch shock. Monroe calls it a shock and a half. Use it on any car, from the big models to the compacts. It'll give you a better, firmer, safer ride. Monroe guarantees the Super 500 shock, as well as the Monroe-Matic, the Super Duty, and front and rear load leveler stabilizing units for the life of your car for as long as you own it. Installation not included.
Hi, I'm Johnny Bench. Be sure to watch us Saturday, April 7th, when Kurt Gowdy and Tony Kubek bring the first game of the week between the San Francisco Giants and the Cincinnati Reds. Well done, my boy.
Actions that Bill Walton makes, we all know who he is and where he is stationed under that basket.
Well, that's, he does so many things well with and without the ball, Jim. That time the man laid off him, and he sensed it, and he immediately went away and took the jumper. Now, this time he hugged him, and he just goes around the backdoor baseline. I've seen too much of him. We played him out there in January at Pauley Pavilion, and Bob saw him last night, and he's a great one.
There's no question about what Dave said, Jim, and the thing that I agree with him on is, most with Dave, is that he just does whatever the situation arises. As Dave said, he drove one time, he took the shot there, he fakes again and comes right back in and draws the foul and goes up in the middle with it. He's awfully tough in there.
Now let me give you a hypothetical question. Walton foul trouble, Walton can't play. Or Keenan foul trouble, Keenan can't play. Which do you think is more necessary to the team involved? Or, you know, who's going to be hurt most?
I honestly think that Walton has got to play for UCLA to win the ball game in the second half, Jim.
Dave?
I feel the same way, Jim. Everything they do is predicated upon him.
Dave Gavitt, Bobby Knight, thank you very much, and we'll return to St. Louis in just a moment. The score at halftime, they both have 39 points.
Welcome to the Pizza Hut.
How you there, buddy boy? I was just telling the family there about your Italian cooking during the war when I was over deliberating your mother country.
My mother country?
How do you people say, pizza?
Pizza?
Yeah, that's right, with the ham.
I'll fix a pizza for you and your family.
Yeah, you people are big on families.
We serve a lot of them. Pizza Hut serves more pizza than anyone else in the world.
That's a free world, right?
Pizza Hut, a great place to take the family.
Pearson, Petty, Allison, Baker, Hoyt, 5 top stock car drivers demonstrate the new Goodyear Custom Steel Guard radio. With 5 guards to help protect you 5 ways. Against rough ride, penetration under the tread, against wet skids, loss of road contact, and against sluggish handling. Drive the new Goodyear Steel Guard radio and get the 5-guard feeling of confidence only from Goodyear.
39 points. The only man in foul trouble is Larry Keenan. He has 3 fouls. Robinson had 2. Free throws kept Memphis State in that game in the first half. They made 11 out of 15 free throws. UCLA had 5 more field goals in the first half. The UCLA individual scoring. And it's been about all Bill Walton. He had 22 points in it.
And, of course, you've got big Bill Walton to contend with. Big question going into this second half will be, can Walton stay out of free throw trouble, foul trouble? He's been right there. He's got 3 big ones on him. And will Memphis State staying in that 2-3 zone, keeping the ball out of the middle, and forcing UCLA to take the low percentage perimeter jump shots, which is very difficult to win a game like this with.
The crowd has been announced officially 19,301, the second largest crowd in the history to watch a NCAA championship game. The largest was in the Astrodome at Houston, Texas, where they have just a bit more room.
But we have about 31,000 there.
31,000 that day, you're right. Bill Walton's back in. So is Larry Keenan. They're going to jump center. They just joined us. UCLA's in the dark jerseys. Memphis State in white. They're all tied up as we start the second half. 20 more minutes now, playing time to decide the national title. Greg Lee. Same starting lineup. Memphis State still in that zone. Trying to lob it into Walton, deflected away. Larry Finch behind the back, up, blocked by Holyfield. Foul called on Holyfield. Larry Finch puts Memphis State out in front, 40-39. 19 points for Larry Finch, wrapping up his career tonight in blazing fashion. 41-39 UCLA. Finch has a raft of free throws tonight. He's hit 8 out of 10 from the free throw line. Zone is bothering them.
And you'll notice they sag. Robinson in front, Keenan behind.
Ronnie Robinson has it. UCLA's not hitting those 15, 20-foot shots. Larry Finch lets fly. Up on the board, Larry Farmer for UCLA. Greg Lee. Holyfield. Robinson puts it back in. It's out of bounds. Memphis State had a real chance for that rebound. They had 3 men there and let it get away from them.
I think each man was waiting for the other one.
Keith Ropes. Walton's tip's no good. Bill Lowry battling for that ball, and they tie.
UCLA says questionable.
Keenan. Walton deflected it away from him. Now Greg Lee out in front. Walton slipping open. 41 all. For Bill Walton, 24 points. He averaged 19 a game. Played an average of about 30 minutes a game this year. Memphis State ball out. Bill Lowry doesn't score much. He's a tough little defensive player, but also he can pass the ball inside about as well as anyone on that Memphis State team. Out to Billy Buford. This game is tied, 41 all. Keenan. Greg Lee clears the board. UCLA's ball. Walton tipping it in. Fantastic pass by Greg Lee.
You will not believe that control, though. He went up way above that rim. Watch Walton go up, and he taps it in off the boards.
43-41 UCLA. Larry Finch hurried his shot. Memphis State wants to win this game. They can't hurry their shots like that. Lee to Walton. Greg Lee. Needle threat went into Walton. 45-41 and Memphis State calls time. And Bill Walton now has 28 points. A timeout called on Memphis State with a score. UCLA 45, Memphis State 41.
3892.45. I know what you're thinking, and you're wrong. That includes automatic transmission, power steering, radio, white walls, deluxe wheel covers, tinted glass, even vehicle preparation charge. $3892.45. Manufacturer's suggested retail price. All you add on are your state and local taxes, your destination charge, and more optional equipment if you need it. But that's it. Now, wouldn't you really rather have a Buick?
Yes. My broker thinks it's a real buy. What does your broker say? My broker is E.F. Hutton. And Hutton says that...
When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen.
Already this half, UCLA has 5 rebounds to 1 for Memphis. This gives UCLA 24 in the game to 15 for Memphis. There's Ducky Drake, famous man in athletics. They're going to name the stadium, a new track and field stadium, dedicating it April 28th in his honor. Ducky Drake, 40 years at UCLA. Quite an honor to have a stadium named after him. Larry Keenan spinning off the pivot. The shot is good. 45-43. Larry Keenan, 14 points. Batted away by Buford.
Not only are they fronting and backing Walton, but they're dropping a third man down just to take away that little shovel pass inside.
UCLA has twice as many turnovers. Holyfield pumps outside. Walton missed the tip. Larry Keenan snagged the rebound as he went high in the air. Larry Finch brings his team down, trailing by 2. Into Keenan. Keenan doesn't. He hits it. 45 all. 16:58 to go. 16 points for Larry Keenan. Fans are going wild. Keenan up. Walton grabs the rebound, starts the fast break to lead. Wilkes hits the driving shot, 47-45 UCLA. 6 points for Keith Wilkes. 15 minutes to play in this national championship game. UCLA has had all it wants tonight from a fired up Memphis State team. Larry Keenan. Right back to him. Shots up. No good. Just off the rim. They're trying to get that ball into Keenan. That's the coach, Dean Bartow. Let Keenan shoot, hoping he'll get another foul on Walton. Walton has 3 fouls on him. UCLA picks it off. Traveling call on Keith Wilkes.
Both teams offensively at this point in the game are doing the same thing. UCLA trying to go to Walton, Memphis State looking for Keenan inside. Both teams in a sagging zone.
Keenan coming off the post. Foul called on Lonnie Robinson, number 33. That's the 3rd on him, and the first team foul on Memphis. Team's had only 1 foul this half. 47-45 UCLA. Walton the lead. Lee right back to Wilkes. Tip is good by Holyfield. 49-45 UCLA. Larry Pitch banks it in. 49-47. They set a double pickup for him and finally got him loose. 22 points for Larry Pitch. A 2-point lead for UCLA. Their ball. Farmer shot way off the mark. Holyfield follows. Walton tips it in. No basket. No basket.
And for the third time in this game, Bill Walton has been called for offensive goaltending. There he goes up. There the ball is. It's a close call. It looks like it did bounce out of that room.
Memphis State in their forecourt. Pitch decides he better bring it back out.
Wisely.
Keenan up. Walton clears the board. He was looking for the fast break on that outlet pass. Couldn't find anybody to go, though. UCLA leading 49-47. There it is to Walton again on that pass by Greg Lee, who is really passing superbly from the point for UCLA. 30 points for Bill Walton. 51-47 UCLA. Foul on Keith Wilkes. Or is it? Now they called it on Ronnie Robinson. Ronnie Robinson for backing into Keith Wilkes. Right now, 4-point lead for UCLA. 12 and a half minutes to play. Lead to Walton. And a foul. Call underneath. Here's the replay on Westfall. He nearly tackled him. That's 3-team fouls. Third foul on Westfall, and the third-team foul on Memphis. Bill Walton, whose father is the district supervisor of the San Diego County Welfare Department. He had a brother that played college football at UCLA. He's never played in a losing game in high school or college. He's played 128 games in a row without a loss in high school and college. 52-47. They call that a flagrant foul, and 2 shots have been given. As I said, they almost tackled him. Gets another one. 53-47 UCLA. 34 points for Bill Walton. That's his high of the season, I believe. I think 31 is his high. They said they get a good time for UCLA. Bill Cook's in the game. Keenan, Holyfield steals the ball. And now UCLA decides to call timeout. 12 minutes to play. Our score, UCLA 55 and Memphis State 47.
Honda Mini Bikes, the Mini Trail 50. Or the little QA 50. To a youngster, they're fun. And freedom. And a world full of new experiences. To you, they can be just as rewarding. Honda Mini Bikes, one of the many worlds of motorcycling, now at your Honda dealers. From mighty to mini, Honda has it all.
When a town gets to be 100 years old, people turn out to celebrate the great moments of the past with a good old-time flavor of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Pabst is still brewed the old-time natural way for those who feel beer is something special. Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
Dimmitt's field goal. All right, here we go. UCLA's ball. Bill Walton has an incredible shooting record tonight. He has hit 16 field goals and 17 tries. How's that for a percent? 16 out of 17. Walton again. Well, you've got to give this Greg Lee a lot of credit, Tom. His passing is now sparking UCLA.
We didn't see this in the first game, the semifinal game against Indiana, but Greg has that ability. He's a great floor general out there for the Brewers.
Bill Buford's shot up and good, 57-49. UCLA leading. Just over 11 minutes to play. It was tied at halftime, 39 all. Greg Lee's been needle threading those passes under the Walton. The pass and Walton arriving around the rim of the basket at the same time. Perfect timing. That's a real skill. Looks easy, but it's not. That shot is jammed in. See who they gave that to. Gave it to Keith Wilkes, 59-49. Both he and Farmer were there together. Holyfield back into UCLA. That shot blocked by Walton and a foul called on Holyfield. That's the fourth foul on Holyfield.
And you see Finch driving here. It's Holyfield fouling underneath, but Walton blocking that shot on top.
Finch do the shooting. Larry Finch. 59-51. Larry Finch has 24 points. Bill Walton has 36. Three-second violation on UCLA. 10 minutes, 15 seconds to go. UCLA ahead by 8.
One of the reasons for the UCLA lead at this point is Memphis State's inability to have an inside game going for it.
There's Keenan, they're triple teaming him now. Bill Cook hits that foul. 59-53, UCLA. They're double and triple teaming Larry Keenan every time the ball goes inside. Wilkes bangs away. 61-53. Keith Wilkes starting to warm up. He has 10 points. Keenan. That's short. Fouls on Walton. 4 on Bill Walton.
And we've got 9:27 remaining in this game with UCLA leading 61-53. Here's a replay. Keenan going up for his jump hooker. There's Walton, and you can see him tapping the wrist of Keenan as he follows through with the shot.
Bill Walton has 4 fouls. No movement on that UCLA bench. Larry Keenan makes it 61-54. Keenan has 17 points. 61-55. 6-point lead for UCLA. Now Walton has to play cautiously or he's out of this game.
You can't challenge every driver.
That foul's on Wes Westphal. And that Memphis State bench is unhappy now. Westphal has 4 fouls on him. From Sumner High School right here in St. Louis. Ronnie Robinson has 4 fouls. Holyfield of UCLA has 4 fouls, and Walton has 4 fouls. Bench strength may be the deciding factor. That's 4 team fouls in UCLA, and driving under is Larry Farmer. 63-55, UCLA. That's the first basket for Larry Farmer. Larry Smith gets it across. 9 minutes to play.